Yeah, what's the word, class? It's Maalito, the drill professor. You guys are gonna watch me live in action in FL Studio, the one program making this dark jersey drill type beat. Now, you guys get to see everything that I do when it comes to mixing, arranging, automation, variation, starting with this loop. Alright, so first off, what we're gonna do, like we start every single jersey beat with, let's start with the 808. Regular spins 808. Now once we got our 808, we're gonna lay down this pattern. But before we do, we're gonna assign this to a new instrument track just to keep everything separated and organized. Also, okay, I can breathe now. Alright, I'm also gonna put this loop by hitting Control L. I'm gonna send it to the mixer channel and it'll color it and also add the name. Alright, let's lay down this 808 pattern. So the sample is in D minor, so we're gonna start in the key of D. We're gonna go over to these helpers, scale highlighting, and we're gonna use D. And D should be in the minor scale, minor natural Aeolian. Alright, now we can start with the 808 pattern. I want to keep this one simple, like I'm talking like we're hitting basically the same note every single time until we get to the end, and then I'm gonna add some spice. Make sure with your 808 you're going over to this envelope and everything else is gonna go down except the hold. And this is what the 808 pattern is sounding like so far. Yeah, I'm gonna change this note to just to hit a little bit, like a little bit better, a little bit more smooth. That's way better. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna put this spins 808 in mono. We're also gonna add stereo enhancer and stereo shaper to this 808 as well as some blood overdrive just for some more bass. Even though I couldn't really tell and like the frequencies weren't clashing at all, I haven't even cut out the bass out of this sample, which it needs to be done, but you know, I'm not even really hearing it. Which means I can be a little bit more generous on the bass that I leave inside the sample just to make the song sound more full. To continue with the rest of the beat, I'm gonna just add this snap in the mix. Alright, cool. Then I added these stomps in the mix, messed with the velocity to kind of give it like a fade out sound. Add this hi-hat roll. As much as I hate kicks, I think we gotta add something. I'm gonna just put it in and then we gonna see if it's sounding right. If not, I'm taking it out and I'm never putting it back in. I think this kick can stay. It's valid. It can stay. It can stay. So this beat is pretty much sounding complete, like, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. You just gotta add some variation and whatnot, but I'm gonna wait till the end to add that. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this pattern and we're gonna split it by channel, so that'll basically just kind of separate all the instruments from each other so we can edit them and arrange them how you like. All right, so now that we've got all these instruments, first order of business is adding an intro. Now I'm gonna reference some Sdot Go beats that I actually like in order to make this intro a little better. Alright, so basically how this one starts off is the drill, like the little drill intro. I'm not really liking that one, so I'm gonna just keep the same components of the intro where the 808s are kind of shortened and it's got like chops. So I'm gonna start up with that. In order to do that, we're gonna drag over. We're gonna do a shift click drag to drag over the 808. Gonna click the piano thing on the 808 on the side. We're gonna make this unique, and then we're gonna go over to the notes and we're kind of just basically take all of them and shorten them as much as we can. Some of these can't be shortened all the way, so we're just gonna have to manually do some of these. Alright, so it's basically just shorter, and then we're also gonna add that variation to where in the middle of these chops the basically all the instruments will kind of just cut out. So I'm just gonna make these. I'm also gonna put a whip loop in this joint, so it's gonna kind of just be the first couple parts where the whip is like it's not cracking, but it's kind of just being thrown, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna change this mode from resample to auto, so the thing that I'm sampling or the thing that I'm kind of chopping up can keep its pitch even though it's sped up or slowed down, and it doesn't sound like distorted or anything like that. So you're just gonna change that to auto. I also feel like this beat needs some speed, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, like I want this in like the 148 range. This thing's a little bit too slow. And after this first part is pretty much finished up, I'm also gonna add a pitch change after these. So we're gonna start here. We're probably gonna have to redo these chops, unfortunately. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna have to redo these as well. So once we have the part that we kind of want to change up, we're also gonna do the same make unique thing on this sample. I'm gonna make that unique. I want to make this lower, so we're gonna put this down maybe about 300 cents, which would be about 3 notes, and then we can make this 808 unique again. Click on it, and then we can do the shift and the down arrow to move this down 3 cents. That's down 3 notes. So now type B. So just another pitch change. Class, if you guys didn't know the easiest way to use this chop tool, it's gonna be with the shift, because if you don't, all right, let's see. This is if you don't hold shift. This is if you do hold shift. You feel me? So it kind of just snaps to the grid, and then you can basically just cut the start, and then you're gonna right click to cut the end, and then it will automatically delete it, and you don't have to go back to the pen to delete it itself. So you can kind of just literally drag this to the start, and then you're gonna do the same thing, shift right click, bring it up, and then it will just delete it like that. So now I'm just literally gonna follow the exact same arrangement for the first part of the beat, just in case if this is a feature or that this is just a second part of the verse. Anyway, you always want to give an artist options when they're using your beat, and pitch these down as well. Like I said, we always pitch the kicks, so we're gonna bring these down as well. Well, I think these actually might need to come up. You can kind of just play it by ear. I'm gonna add some more variation in this part, with the whip basically just coming on every single time that the drums return back to normal after the chops. So it kind of sounds like this. Then we're gonna add a little fade out over here by highlighting the part that we want to fade out, which would be these last 8 bars right here. Going over to the mixer track, right clicking the master knob. We're gonna create an automation clip, come over here, drag the end down, and it'll fade out. All right, cool. I also think this beat needs some gunshots and some risers, so we're gonna grab those. We're also gonna make sure we put these in the mixer by highlighting the 2 things inside the channel rack, going over to the empty slots on the mixer, and then we're gonna do Control-Shift-L to kind of fill in those. I wanna also add a drum fill at the end over here. All right, I've pretty much added that chop in there. So we're gonna save the project for the first time in forever. Not really sure what I wanna call this one. Dude, this sounds like a closure type of beat. I don't know, I'm gonna call it closure. All right, class, I'm gonna do some mining off camera, and I'll come back and show you guys the final product.